Evening, everyone. Hello, welcome back to Let's Play Metal Gear Solid 2. I am the Black Shadow, and remember what I said last video, how I think the fight against the Metal Gear Horde is possibly the hardest part of the game? Upon further reflection, I immediately retract that statement because I used to struggle with the sniping with Emma so much when I was younger. Ugh. Anyways, game's offer us to save, which we are certainly going to be taking here. Shit has gone down. Arsenal is falling apart around us. Olga is dead. Snake's been captured. All sorts of chaos is going on. And the end is fast approaching. What does it all mean?
Are you awake yet, Jack? GW, the Arsenal AI is corrupted beyond repair. I admit that I underestimated you.
Snake. Fortune's got him.
I'll squeeze the answers out of you instead, my son.
Answers? We don't have any answers! Oh shit! 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 No! 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 Oh my god, I wasn't expecting this! Fuck!
What do you hope to hear? You know he doesn't know anything.
It's not him I want the answers from.
What do you mean?
What do you mean?
That's not your business.
Oh, really? It so happens I have some business of my own to attend to.
Planning to hijack Arsenal?
Huh?
Uh-oh.
You were going to screw me over, weren't you?
Who talked? Ocelot?
She isn't
Not
denying
exactly. I was the one who used Ocelot to suggest the idea to you in the first place.
it. Huh?
What?
I was planning to give you Arsenal to begin with.
Why the uncharacteristic generosity?
I'm no philanthropist. Arsenal is far from impregnable. It needs other Metal Gears as guards, a huge payload of warheads, and full air, sea, and land support to function efficiently. Against a large attack force without support, Arsenal is nothing more than a gigantic coffin. Seizing Arsenal gear was never the real objective.
No?
What was your objective then?
A list of names of the Patriots.
Oh! That's what he wanted!
They were planning to extend their control to digital information flow with GW and Arsenal. That means the information they want to filter out is contained in GW, including that list of the highest 12 members of the Patriots Wiseman's Committee.
And he was gonna wipe him out.
And once you knew who they were, you would cross out their names one by one. While we, with our useless arsenal, drew their fire.
Very good.
You were using us all along.
Were you any different?
But your plans hit a snag with GW destroyed, hasn't it?
Everyone double-crossing everyone else.
There is another way.
Really? But we have our own plans to carry out. We'll take the arsenal since you don't care for it anyway. The purified hydrogen bomb is ready to go.
A nuclear strike won't stop them.
It will damage their power source. The mindless masses that they control. First things first.
Of course. That was what you wanted. I won't stop you. Good luck.
Thanks, but I have quite enough of that.
Ocelot.
What exactly do you find so funny?
Charades usually are humorous. I wouldn't have minded watching some more of it, but we're running a little short on time.
Huh?
What are you talking about?
Everything you've done here has been scripted, a little exercise set up by us.
Us?
Exercise?
What the hell are you talking about?
The plan was conceived as a means to produce soldiers on par with Solid Snake. That's what I told you. But the VR training the boy was put through is not the meat of the project. You think this little terrorist incident is your own doing, Solidus? This is the S3 training kernel.
You mean this whole thing?
An orchestrated recreation of Shadow Moses.
Yeah.
What?
So many coincidences, right?
Ames and the president's deaths. The ninja. The computer virus that mimics Fox-Die. Did you really think they were all a coincidence? Ames' own nanomachines were used to shut down his pacemaker. I arranged for the appearance of the ninja as well. As for the president, although Johnson realized what was going on, he played out his allotted part. As for the computer virus, it's a digital counterpart of Fox-Die. It was also designed to eliminate every scrap of information regarding the Patriots from GW.
Does that mean...
Your plan was invalidated even before execution, Solidus. Fat Man was a different story. He's one of our own people. A sort of examiner we hired to test the boy's progress before letting him tackle the exercise proper. We had to arrange for Stillman's presence to coax the maniac into agreeing. If the boy had allowed the big shell to be destroyed, this exercise would have ended there.
Really?
The project has no room for failures.
What do you mean?
Given the right situation, the right story, anyone can be shaped into Snake. Even rookies can fight like men of experience. An instant creation of genius. And this training kernel will provide more than enough data to formulate such a program. You, Dead Cell, Olga, you're all nothing but pawns placed to create the perfect simulation.
But then...
Solidus, you
Who the hell's
and the
Onslaught
boy were
working for
selected
here?
because your relationship resembles the one between Snake
Is he
and
with...
Big Boss. Fortune, you and the rest of Dead Cell stand in for the Foxhound squad that Snake took on in Shadow Moses. You're the most impressive collection of freaks outside of Foxhound. We've gone to a lot of trouble to set you up against the boy. That story about purified hydrogen bombs is just the tip of the iceberg. The project was already underway when I sunk that tanker, along with your old man 2 years ago. Throwing your husband in the brig was a part of it too. You were told that the eradication of Dead Cell 6 months ago was an act of the Patriots. We provoked and encouraged your hatred. And you opted for vengeance, just as we planned.
All orchestrated?
Damn.
Except for the appearance of the real Solid
Yeah, they
Snake.
couldn't plan for that. He was
I
assumed
wonder
dead.
now who sent for you.
All our misfortune was just a part of their project?
Oops. Isn't she, like, meant to be dodging?
How could...
You're no Lady Luck. You have nothing that we didn't give you.
What are you talking about? Why did... How did that hit and the others didn't?
Do you know why no bullet could hit you? It wasn't magic, or some new age mumbo-jumbo. Certainly wasn't your psychic talents. It was all staged by the Patriots.
You're joking.
Staged?
You were being shielded by the electromagnetic weapons technology that the Patriots developed. Your dead cell comrades loved your father and husband. We needed a pathetic wretch like you to keep them focused. You've been our puppet all along, just like Olga.
No!
You were hamming it up as the tragic heroine, thanks to the script that the Patriot wrote for you. Pure self-indulgence, absorbed in your own misfortune. You couldn't get enough of the drama.
I could have died whenever I wanted to.
Thought I got her in the heart.
Great.
It missed.
Now I remember. Your heart's on the right. Waste of metal, my dear, but your luck's run out. This is the little gizmo. There's no such thing as miracles or the supernatural. Only cutting-edge technology.
Not gonna work, Solidus.
Bastard.
Oh, fortune. You shoot missiles out of that thing? So Ocelot fucked us all.
Now that I have enough data, all I have to do is retrieve Arsenal and clean up the refuse from the exercise.
Just try.
Bloody hell. Oh, hello.
How's this then?
Damn.
Fortune? She's still... What is she?
Fortune!
You idiot. Get the hell away from there.
What is she
I
doing?
told you, your luck's run out. Take your reward. It's all the payload Ray has. Die!
Oh boy.
Everybody down.
What the? How the?
What the? Impossible!
She is Lady Luck.
My name is Helena Dolph Jackson. The daughter of a proud and noble soldier. I can see my family again.
Damn!
Has the payload gone?
Try this instead.
Now what? Oh, the cannon. What the hell? What is...
No! No, not now!
The arm!
Brothers!
Oh shit!
Liquid!
Well, this is awkward.
I've been waiting for this! It can't be!
It is.
I've been inside this arm all along, waiting for the right time to awaken.
So cool they got the voice actor back for this as well.
You were inside Ocelot?
Yes, a sleeper in the arm of a Patriot spy.
It was you 2 years ago?
I think it's the same guy.
Exactly. I was controlling him.
Mm-hmm.
Snake, it was I that leaked information about Arsenal to your partner and got you out here.
Really?
You're the only one that can free me. After all... I'm off to bury the Patriots for good.
You know where they are? How?
Why do you think I chose Ocelot as my host? But before I go, I have a family matter to settle with both of you. There's room for only one Snake and one big boss.
Full of protection, you moron.
Time to say goodbye!
It is really weird seeing Ocelot
Damn.
in that voice together.
Like surfing, it's a good way to go.
There's even his fucking taunting going on. Just like old times. There you go!
Liquid! Stop this thing!
Hey, Snake, you coming?
Where the hell is he going? Hey!
Snake!
Arsenal is moving? Uh-oh. This is gonna take some explaining. Where the hell are we? I get the feeling there's like a couple of things that are missing in this game, which were in the original. I don't know why. I know where we are and I know what's happened, but... We're in Manhattan, everyone. Like, Manhattan, Manhattan. Federal Hall.
What are you laughing at?
Do you know what day it is today?
April 30th?
Uh-huh.
That's right. George Washington took office as the first president of the United States of America 200 years ago today. And it happened right here. We were going to declare another independence, the dawn of a new nation, here. The end of the Patriot's secret rule, liberation of this country. This was where it was supposed to begin. This is where freedom could have been born.
But we might have kind of screwed up those plans.
All you want is power at any cost.
Jack, it's not power I want. What I wanted to take back from the Patriots are things like freedom, civil rights, opportunities. The founding principles of this country. Everything that's about to be wiped out by their digital censorship. Jack, listen to me. We're all born with an expiration date. No one lasts forever. Life is nothing but a grace period for turning the best of our genetic material into the next generation. The data of life is transferred from parent to child. That's how it works. But we have no heirs, no legacy. We brothers are called les enfants terribles.
Yeah.
Cloned from our father, with the ability to reproduce conveniently engineered out.
I.e.
What is our legacy if we cannot pass the torch?
He has no future.
Proof of our existence, a mark of some sort. When the torch is passed on from parent to child, it extends beyond DNA. Information is imparted as well. All I want is to be remembered by other people, by history. The Patriots are trying to protect their power, their own interests, by controlling the digital flow of information. I want my memory, my existence to remain. Unlike an intron of history, I will be remembered as an exon. That will be my legacy, my mark in history. But the Patriots would deny us even that. I will triumph over the Patriots and liberate us all, and we will become the Sons of Liberty!
I think you've already lost. Also, prepare for more madness.
Raiden, are you receiving? We're still here.
How's that possible? The AI was destroyed.
Only GW.
Who are you?
To begin with, we're not what you'd call human. Over the past 200 years, a kind of consciousness formed layer by layer in the crucible of the White House. It's not unlike the way life started in the oceans 4 billion years ago. The White House was our primordial soup, a base of evolution. We are formless. We are the very discipline and morality that Americans invoke so often. How can anyone hope to eliminate us? As long as this nation exists, so will we.
Cut the crap! If you're immortal, why would you take away individual freedoms and censor the net?
Jack, don't be
Rose?
silly.
Don't you know that our plans
Or
have your
is it
interests,
Rose?
not ours, in mind?
What?
Jack, listen carefully, like a good boy.
The mapping of the human genome was completed early this century. As a result, the evolutionary log of the human race lay open to us.
We started with genetic engineering, and in the end, we succeeded in digitizing life itself.
But there are things not covered by genetic information.
What do you mean?
Human memories, ideas, culture, history.
Genes don't contain any record of human history.
Is it something that should not be passed on? Should that information be left at the mercy of nature?
We've always kept records of our lives, through words, pictures, symbols, from tablets to books.
But not all the information was inherited by later generations. A small percentage of the whole was selected and processed, then passed on. Not unlike genes, really.
That's what history is, Jack.
But in the current digitized world, trivial information is accumulating every second, preserved in all its triteness, never fading, always accessible.
Rumors about petty issues, misinterpretations, slander.
All this junk data, preserved in an unfiltered state, growing at an alarming rate.
It will only slow down social progress, reduce the rate of evolution.
Raiden, you seem to think that our plan is one of censorship.
Are you telling me it's not?
You're being silly. What we propose to do is not to control content, but to create context.
Create context.
Create context.
The digital society furthers human flaws and selectively rewards development of convenient half-truths. Just look at the strange juxtapositions of morality around you.
Billions spent on new weapons in order to humanely murder other humans.
Rights of criminals are given more respect than the privacy of their victims.
Although there are people suffering in poverty, huge donations are made to protect endangered species. Everyone grows up being told the same thing.
Be nice to other people.
But beat out the competition.
You're special. Believe in yourself and you will succeed.
But it's obvious from the start that only a few can succeed.
You exercise your right to freedom, and this is the result. All rhetoric to avoid conflict and protect each other from hurt. The untested truths, spun by different interests, continue to churn and accumulate in the sandbox of political correctness and value systems.
Everyone withdraws into their own small gated community, afraid of a larger forum. They stay inside their little ponds, leaking whatever truth suits them into the growing cesspool of society at large.
There is certainly a
The
very
different
large,
cardinal truths
mightier
neither
than
clash
thou
nor
vibe
mesh.
coming off
No
here.
one is invalidated, but nobody is right.
Not even natural selection can take place here. The world is being engulfed in truth.
And this is the way the world ends. Not with a bang, but a whimper.
We're trying to stop that from happening.
It's our responsibility as rulers.
Really?
Just as in genetics, unnecessary information and memory must be filtered out to stimulate the evolution of the species.
And you think you're qualified to decide what's necessary and not?
Absolutely. Who else could wade through the sea of garbage you people produce, retrieve valuable truths, and even interpret their meaning for later generations?
That's what it means to create context.
I'll decide for myself what to believe and what to pass on.
But is that even your own idea?
Or something Snake told you.
That's the proof of your incompetence right there. You lack the qualifications to exercise free will.
That's not true. I have the right.
Does something like a self exist inside of you?
That which you call self serves as nothing more than a mask to cover your own being.
In this era of ready-made truths, self is just something used to preserve those positive emotions that you occasionally feel.
Another possibility is that self is a concept you conveniently borrowed under the logic that would endow you with some sense of strength.
That's crap.
Is it? Would you prefer that someone else tell you? All right then. Explain it to him.
Jack, you're simply the best, and you got there all by yourself.
Oh, what happened? Do you feel lost? Why not try a bit of soul searching?
Don't think you'll find anything, though.
Ironic that although self is something that you yourself fashioned, every time something goes wrong, you turn around and place the blame on something else.
It's not my fault. It's not your fault.
In denial, you simply resort to looking for another, more convenient truth in order to make yourself feel better.
Leaving behind in an instant the so-called truth you once embraced.
Should someone like that be able to decide what is truth?
Should someone like you even have the right to decide?
You've done nothing but abuse your freedom.
You don't deserve to be free.
We're not the ones smothering the world. You are.
The individual is supposed to be weak, but far from powerless. A single person has the potential to ruin the world.
And the age of digitized communication has given even more power to the individual. Too much power for an immature species.
Building a legacy involves figuring out what is wanted and what needs to be done for that goal. All this you used to struggle with. Now we think for you.
We are your guardians, after all.
You want to control human thought? Human behavior?
Of course. Anything can be quantified nowadays. That's what this exercise was designed to prove.
You fell in love with me just as you were meant to, after all. Isn't that right, Jack?
Ocelot was not told the whole truth, to say the least.
No?
We rule an entire nation. Of what interest would a single soldier, no matter how able, be to us?
The S3 plan does not stand for solid snake simulation.
What is
it
it?
does stand for is selection for societal sanity.
Selection for societal sanity.
The
Also,
S3
break
is
this
a
down
system
in your
for
own time. This
controlling
is
human
nuts.
will and consciousness. S3 is not you, a soldier trained in the image of Solid Snake. It is a method, a protocol that created a circumstance that made you what you are.
So you see, we're the S3, not you.
Right. This is totally insane. Like, just mind-screwing insanity.
What you experienced was the final test of its effectiveness.
That's crazy.
You heard what President Johnson said.
The Arsenal's GW system is the key to their supremacy.
The objective of this exercise was to establish such a method. We used Shadow Moses as a paradigm for the exercise.
I wonder if you would have preferred a fantasy setting.
We chose that backdrop because of its extreme circumstances. It was an optimal test for S3's crisis management capacity. If the model could trigger, control, and solve this, it would be ready for any contingency. And now, we have our proof. Raiden, there are also reasons behind your selection. Solidus raised plenty of other child soldiers. Do you know why we chose you over them? It was because you were the only one who refused to acknowledge the past. All the others remember what they were and pay for it daily.
But you turn your back on everything you don't like. You do whatever you like, see only the things you like, and for yourself alone.
Yes, Rose can attest to that.
You refused to see me for what I was. I lied to you, but I wanted to be caught. You pretended to be understanding, to be a gentleman. You never made a conscious attempt to reach out to me. The only time you did was when I gave you no choice but to do so.
I was just trying not to.
What? Trying not to hurt me? Dear, the one you were trying not to hurt was yourself. Avoiding the truth under the guise of kindness is all that you did. It occurred to you to do nothing but look out for yourself. Even if you claim that it was for my sake, that feeling was nowhere to be seen. In the end, everything was for your sake. I was never part of the picture.
Exactly right. So you see, you're a perfect representative of the masses we need to protect. This is why we chose you. You accepted the fiction we've provided, obeyed our orders, and did everything you were told to. The exercise is a resounding success.
Didn't I tell you that GW is still incomplete? But not anymore, thanks to you.
Your persona, experiences, triumphs, and defeats are nothing but byproducts. The real objective was ensuring that we could generate and manipulate them. It's taken a lot of time and money, but it was well worth it considering the results. I think that's enough talk. It's time for the final exercise.
There's one more?
Raiden, take Solidus down.
What?
Think again. I'm through doing what I'm told.
Oh, really? Aren't you forgetting something?
If you die, my child dies.
The termination of vital signals from your nanomachines means the death of Olga's child. Not to mention the death of Rose. She's wired the same way.
Rose, does she actually exist?
Of course I do, Jack. You have to believe me.
Damn!
It will be a fight to the death.
Solidus at least wants you dead.
We will collect the necessary data from this last fight. Then we'll consider the exercise closed. So, Jack the Ripper, will it be Solidus, the Patriot's creation, or you, Solidus's creation? Our beloved monsters, enjoy yourselves.
Fuck. It's about the only way I can sum that up, folks. Just fuck.
Jack, my son. My clone brothers and I are called monsters, replicates of evil genes. You are one of a kind, but still a monster, shaped by a dark and secret history. We need to decide which monstrosity will have the privilege of survival.
Great.
By the way, Jack, I was the one who killed your parents.
Really? You gotta be joking me.
I claimed you for my own and raised you as a soldier in the army of the devil. I am your foster father and your worst enemy.
Why?
Because I needed to know whether we were really someone else's creation. We're repeating history, Jack. Liquid and Solid hunted down Big Boss, trying to sever the tie that bound them to him. Unless you kill me and face your past, Jack, you will never escape. You'll stay in the endless loop, your own double helix.
That is not an acceptable reason for murdering my damn parents.
It's time we were both free. I have other reasons for wanting you dead. The clues to the Patriots inside GW have been erased.
Yeah.
But there are other traces.
There are?
Inside you.
What?
The information is being carried by the nanomachines in your cerebral cortex, and throughout the neural network they've formed.
For the record, this is a cool fucking fight. The final boss fight against Solidus himself. Oh boy. Now unfortunately Solidus does have a lot of nasty tricks up his sleeve. He's got two blades, he can do all sorts of shit, but at least I've got my shit. There we go. Ooh. He's a pretty tricky fight though on hard. I don't know if there's any assistance I can get from anyone. Can I speak with Otacon? I can?
Raiden, you don't have a lot going for you with just your bare hands. You have your own blade. Use it.
I'm amazed I can still speak with Otacon. Okay.
Watch out for Solidus' snake arms. If they catch you, shake yourself free by pressing the left stick or the buttons again and again.
Cheers for that. We'll be back in touch with Otacon, but for the time being... Yeah, so what we need to do, we need to try and distract Solidus and try and catch him on the offensive here and counterattack. Be the way forward. Shit. I don't have any health, unfortunately. I do have my body armor at least, which is better than nothing. All we've got is our bullet. I do not believe that just happened. That was so unlucky. Right. Shit! Oh. The problem with lunging though is it is quite slow. That's the danger. That was a mistake. Shouldn't have done that. Whoa! Freaking afterburners. We've got missiles as well. All sorts of nasty stuff. It's not an easy fight, to be fair. You have to find a blend between... Yeah, basically you need to get him to go for you, pretty much. That was unlucky.
Let's go.
That's bad. Oh, God. You can't go too crazy offensive here. It won't work. You've really got to pick spots here. That's not going to work here. So ideally, you need him to go for you. It's a tricky fight for sure. But it is fun. I quite like this. No. Damn. Now you got ya. There we are, nice. That's an easy way of counter-attacking. Was after that big slash there. That works quite a lot. Ooh. There we are. Nice. That's better. It's much more like it. He's got so much fucking health as well. So much health.
The missiles from the snake arms pack a punch, but they're fairly low on maneuverability. You should be able to shake them as long as you don't stop moving. If you can't get rid of them, slice them with the sword.
Fuck me, am I doing that? You insane? Also, can I speak with the AI effective?
Right. Take Solidus down. Think about Olga's child and your Rosemary. You must win.
That does not fill me with confidence, as you said. I've got no health is the problem. He's got body armor, which is better than nothing. Need to bring him in. There we go. Yes, that's better. It's all about attrition here. It all comes down to all attrition, not making silly mistakes. Also, where the hell are those missiles coming from? What the fuck's he doing? That is mean. Yes.
Take this.
Got more missiles. Oh, should have done that. Oh, I got lucky. I could have gone so bad. Oh shit, he swung for me, but managed to get the block in there regardless. Yes. I was trying to get the swing hit there. I think that does more actual damage. I could be wrong. I so want to win this first time as well. Ooh, oh, I could have gone from there. Shit, back away, back away. I missed the slide.
Good work, Jack. But this is where it gets interesting.
I don't want to know when it gets interesting. Right, there go the missile afterburners. Missile things. Now he just wants to go get him some. Right. All these damn these afterburners, they suck. Now what?
Right. You have to beat Solidus. This is your last duty.
We're not just pawns in some simulation game, you know.
Yes, you are. Nothing but mere weapons. No different from fighter jets or tanks.
That is not Rose. Look at her.
The old model destroyed 4 years ago was Rex.
The new amphibious model is Ray.
Both of these are the same as the code names used by the U.S. Armed Forces to refer to Japanese warplanes during World War II.
Your code name, Raiden, too, comes from the Japanese Navy's name for one of its interceptors.
Stop it. I'm not a weapon.
Oh, really? Do you know the code
The
name
eyes.
the Armed Forces used for the Japanese fighter Raiden?
It was Jack. Both of you are just weapons to be used and thrown away.
Just weapons to be used on the battlefield. Just pawns in a game. Exactly as you said.
And a weapon has no right to think for itself. Now, it's time to fulfill your purpose. Defeat Solidus.
So much insanity. Ah! By the way, Solidus is about to get even more violent and just like so much more aggressive. This is bad. There we are. Gotta take my hits when I can get them, because this is gonna get difficult now. Really difficult.
Don't attack from the front. His defenses are too good. Go around to the side or back and get him.
Anything else? Oh shit, sorry, I just hit the mic there.
don't stay in Solidus' range. It's too dangerous to try and take him head on. Keep your distance. Your strategy should be to hit fast and move out.
Which is more or less what we're employing here. Hit and run.
Take this! Over here!
Ooh. Dangerous right now. He will give me more opportunities now to hit him, but he's gonna murder me. Shit. I fucking pressed the wrong button! I pressed the wrong button! I pressed A instead of... Oh my god. Hold on.
Is that the best one?
That's so unfair. I can't knock him down. What a joke, right? What a joke. Actually doing legit dodges there. That's pretty sweet. Right, well at least I've got a handle for what I'm doing now, which does help. What a fucking dodge that was. I'm literally just going at him here. There we are. I really don't want to there, Solidus. Oh shit, I was gonna try and... I was trying to get behind him there. Trying to be clever. Yes. That's the way to go. 2 slashes and a thrust stab. That's the way forward. Ooh, roundhouse kick. That hurts. Ow! Damn. I think I might be getting a bit too aggressive here now. No, that is rude. Gotcha. Nope. Oh man, that was unlucky. Don't laugh at me. You know it's rude to laugh at people. Oh, whoa, I went for him there. You can see that. I went for the swing. I hit him twice. Shit. Oh. Man, I'm on fire. That's never good. Right. Y button this time. Good work, Shadow. Well done. Really? That was bullshit. You see that? The slash didn't actually do anything there. That was rude.
Die.
Right. I mean, sometimes you can just simply break his... God! Nice dodge. Like that. Oh, I wasn't there to capitalise though. That was disappointing. Oh, hit him there though. From the tip, that was nice. There we are.
Let's go.
Yeah, no health items. So I don't even think, even if you get to this point with health items, I don't think you're allowed... I don't know if you're actually allowed to keep them. Game certainly doesn't give you any on hard. Shit! Ooh! Had to just sacrifice, just getting away there, not taking the hit. Had to give up aggression.
Good work, Jack. But this is where it gets interesting.
How are they going to explain this in the media, by the way, folks? This chaos here in Manhattan. Giant thing crashes into Federal Hall. How do you explain this away? I don't care how good your ability is to control information. Like, what the fuck? Ow. That's better. He is really dangerous at the second point here. So you've got to really try and conserve health to start with. I don't know how I didn't get caught on fire there. Miracle. Yes! No! Oh man, I missed him! Got the wrong slash there. I went to swing at him. I swung at him incorrectly, so I missed him. I was so late. I can't do much about this. There we go. Yes, that's better. Shadow, pick your spots.
Let's go.
Nope. Gotta really pick. Oh, got way too close there. That was pretty poor.
Is that the best you can do?
How the man? That's got some fucking range on it. There you go. Just recover, get back up. Otherwise, I'm gonna start losing health and bleeding, which is obviously incredibly bad. Damn. Proving awkward is Solidus. There we go, that's better.
Take this.
That's the only thing I can do as far as health regeneration is concerned. If I go down to bleeding, I've got to find a spot to crouch down, which... Have fun with finding that. Yes! No! Yes! It's so annoying as well because I should never have lost that first one. I pissed it away accidentally. Yes!
Let's go.
I'm having to seriously concentrate here, folks. You don't know. I remember the first time I actually ever played this because I'd basically not used the sword. If you've not got any... Shit. Oh man, I managed to not set myself on fire there. If you've not got any experience using the sword, this is a tough fight. No! Damn you, Solidus. He's not dead yet. Come on, you deluded bastard. Oh, no! Missed it. Yes! No! He's still alive! I'm on fire! I gotta get him. No! Oh, wow!
Is that the best you can do? All right.
Oh, what a way for that final end. Oh my, I could edit that out. Oh my god, that was epic. I went for the counter-attack swing and he just stabbed me in the neck. That was brutal. Oh man, that was great. I'm so showing that. I don't care. Alright, let's actually win this fight, shall we? Give me a second. Man, that really, you can certainly counterattack him when he does that, but it seems quite hard to actually physically land. There is certainly a counterattack available when he does that. Maybe you might be better off here, because yeah, you can certainly counterattack him out of the attack, but maybe it's better to just let him swing and miss. Perhaps. Ah, how does he do so much damage? God almighty, Solidus. Insane damage. Shit. Ow. Don't laugh at me. Get him. Damn it. Oh, he got out of reach there. So disappointing. Late man as well. Crazy bastard.
Let's go. Over here. Let's go.
Running out of space here. The best you can do is like know where he's going to attack from and just make sure to just dodge away from there. There we go, I hit him. Oh man, I was running too acutely there. Yes. No. Oh, what the hell happened there with my attacks? Right stick just decided not to do anything. The hitbox, I think, for the blade as well is not the most accurate I've ever seen. And there's something on the right stick. Maybe it's just me, but maybe I'm a bit low on it. But I just don't think it's the most responsive either. Get him! Go! Yes! It's over! Not as epic as the first fight, the one before this. That was an epic finish. Even if I lost. Uh-oh. Just cut him down the spine. I don't know what he's saying there. George Sears. Who the? Police?
Who am I, really? No one quite knows who or what they are. The memories you have and the role you were assigned are burdens you had to carry. It doesn't matter if they were real or not. That's never the point. There's no such thing in the world as absolute reality. Most of what they call real is actually fiction. What you think you see is only as real as your brain tells you it is.
Then, what am I supposed to believe in? What am I going to leave behind when I'm through?
We can tell other people about having faith. What we had faith in. What we found important enough to fight for. It's not whether you were right or wrong, but how much faith you were willing to have. That decides the future. The Patriots are a kind of ongoing fiction too, come to think of it. Listen, don't obsess over words so much. Find the meaning behind the words, then decide. You can find your own name. And your own future.
Decide for myself?
And whatever you choose will be you.
I don't know if I can.
I know you didn't have much in terms of choices this time. But everything you felt, thought about during this mission is yours. And what you decide to do with them is your choice.
You mean start over?
Yeah, a clean slate, a new name, new memories. Choose your own legacy. It's for you to decide. It's up to you.
It's fair to say that Snake's changed a hell of a lot since Shadow Moses, right?
By the way, what is that?
The dog tags.
Dog tags.
It says Shadow. Son of a bitch, I forgot about that.
Anyone you know?
No, never heard the name before. I'll pick my own name and my own life. I'll find something worth passing on.
Hey! I wanted those!
They taught me some good things, too.
I know. We've inherited freedom from all those who fought for it. We all have the freedom to spread the word, even me.
Snake, what about Olga's child?
Don't worry, I'll find him. Count on it. As long as you keep yourself alive, he's safe.
Do you know where Liquid went?
I put a transmitter on his ray.
Did he head for the Patriots?
Yeah, but I have a feeling they gave Ocelot a bogus location to begin with. Cheer up, we have a better lead.
We do?
This contains the list of all the Patriots.
What?
But Ocelot took it.
The one we gave you wasn't the real thing.
You son of a bitch!
This virus is coded to destroy only a specific part of GW, namely the information about the Patriot's identity. Which means that there's a parameter coded in here that defines what that information is.
I get it. Analyze the code and you can probably find out where they operate. Count me in.
No, you have things to do first.
We do.
And people you need to talk to.
Ah. I can think of someone he might be referring to. Look at all these dudes are just walking around and there's someone with a sword, like, in handcuffs on his back. All sorts.
Snake?
He's gone.
What's wrong?
Nothing. Can I ask you something? Who am I, really?
I wouldn't know. But we're going to find out together, aren't we?
Oh. Yeah.
See me for what I am, okay?
I know.
Do you remember this place?
Of course. This is where we first met. I remember now.
Hmm?
Today is the day I met you.
That's it.
So much damn footage of Manhattan.
I think I found something to pass along to the future.
What?
He said all living things want their genes to live on.
Are you talking about the baby?
Yeah. The genes aren't the only thing you pass on. There are too many things that aren't written into our DNA. It's up to us to teach that to our children.
What kind of things?
About the environment, our ideas, our culture, poetry, compassion, sorrow, joy. We'll tell them everything together.
Is that a proposal?
This is for your ears only.
It is pretty crazy how, like, the story on what's going on, how, for, like, the first, like, third of the game, kind of stays reasonably consistent, and then as you then progress through the rest of the game, suddenly the focus and direction it takes starts changing and being more and more erratic as you go until it's just totally bonkers. And we get to this point, which I'm probably going to have to mute this song, because it's a thing I'm going to probably have to do. Yeah, it is the same guy who played Liquid. It's Cam Clark. Nice. Really nice. But yeah, the story does go totally off rails. That is for sure. But the basic way of summing it all up is that everything that we've done in this entire series had been orchestrated and planned all along by the Patriots to basically see if they could do it. And see if they can control that many factors. And ultimately, they were right. I guess. They were right. But nonetheless, I do think this is not a bad title at all. I think it is pretty cool. The first... It's really weird, this game. In that, like, the first third of it, when we're going through Shell 1, I wouldn't say it's repetitive. I think it's the right word, but when you kind of, like, you got a kind of quite a restricted area to work with, so it can feel a bit confined. And I think... oh, dear. I think once you sort of delve into, like, once you meet Ames, and you begin that tangent of the storyline, it takes you to Shell 2. I think from that part on, it gets really cool and interesting. I'm not saying it wasn't interesting beforehand, but it's kind of really weird at this, again, at the start, like with the stuff with Snake being Pliskin, and that the game acts like you're not meant to realise that Pliskin is Solid Snake, yet it is blatantly obvious that it's him. And I don't see how you could not realise that unless you've never played the games before. In which case, I mean, that's basically all it's for, really. People who've never played the game before may not realise and be like, oh shit, that was that guy all along. Nice. And it kind of goes from there. But for anyone who's played the first game, which was a lot of people, it is kind of weird and, dare I say, pointless. But anyways, but yeah, once you get to with Ames, I'm going to say Ames partly because I think he's awesome. I quite like Ames. But even going beyond that, you have got whatchamacallit, you know, and then you go to see you meet the president, you do all that stuff there. I think everything Ames onwards, I think, is pretty awesome, except for like this whole bit after. Until I think, I'm gonna be honest, I think it is until you actually defeat Solidus, and then you get this bit at the very end, and I've never quite known how to go with it. Because it's just so, like, again, so totally off rails from what you've just been doing and talking about before. I get the idea, and then it's kind of discussing, and basically, like, about, you know, talking about, you know, leaving legacies and that sort of thing. About personal choice. You know, all that sort of fancy stuff. But outside of that, it's a bit... I don't know. I wouldn't want to say that this is the point where, like, the series jumped the shark or anything, because I can't really say that. I've only played Metal Gear Solid 3 as well. I haven't gone beyond that, so I can't... I can't really make that estimation and that judgment, but, you know, from before Solidus fight to after Solidus fight is like, it's almost like you're playing a different game sometimes, it really is. But never mind. Either way, it has been certainly incredibly enjoyable to bring this game to the channel. I do think it's a pretty good title. I think Raiden as well, as an individual, I think it obviously got a lot of hate to begin with because, like, people were thinking, oh my god, we're not playing as Solid Snake yet he's in the game. How could they do this to us? I don't think Raiden is that bad a character. I think in the last, like, third of the game, I think he kind of improves. Because when you start learning about, like, his background and how that's kind of, like, and how that shaped him, it kind of gives the first, like, half of the game some context. In that he can seem a bit on the hollower side at times. Emotionally, whatever else. And that's because that's how he was brought up, you know, and all the child stuff and going to war and that. But I guess he is no Solid Snake, but that's not Raiden's fault. That's not his fault at all. But yeah, really good game. I think so even though some of the controls I still think are a bit fiddly at times, once you put in a bit of effort into them and you kind of pick them up, they're not so bad. The music certainly is pretty decent. The way that, like, the game, it is really, Metal Gear Solid 2 certainly is one of those games as well where you can play it once. And then you get to the end and you realise all the shit that's been going on that you've not been realising and how everything's been shaped, sort of thing. And then you can go and play it again and you see exactly the same things and you view it all differently. It's like this whole series I've been doing here. I've known all along that what this was and what we were playing, it was all a master plan from the Patriots, and everything we were doing had been arranged and organised in a specific way to replicate Shadow Moses, which of course is why I was, you know, for people that, if you haven't played the game, of course, you don't really know much about the series, you wouldn't know that. But this is why, you know, like I do sometimes, I just sort of drop like little hints here and there, maybe. I don't go anywhere near crazy overboard, but like a couple of times I'm like, huh, that really reminds me of Shadow Moses. Interesting. And then I say it like 2, 3, 4 times over the course of the LP, and then the flags just start to twig that something's not quite right here. And even with the Colonel, you know, at the very end there, when he totally loses his mind, because of course he's an AI, was part of GW, and it all goes to hell. You know, just hinting that maybe things aren't quite what they look to be. But yeah, this is certainly one of those games where there is so much going on off-screen, behind the scenes. It is like its own game in its own. There's stuff going with Olga, with Snake and all that, trying to do stuff. So much story and plot going on. It's just, is amazing how much there is. It really is.
Life isn't just about passing on your genes. We can leave behind much more than just DNA.
Parting message for us?
Through speech, music, literature, and movies, what we've seen, heard, felt, anger, joy, and sorrow. These are the things I will pass on. That's what I live for. We need to pass the torch and let our children read our messy and sad history by its light. We have all the magic of the digital age to do that with. The human race will probably come to an end sometime, and new species may rule over this planet. Earth may not be forever, but we still have the responsibility to leave what traces of life we can. Building the future and keeping the past alive are one and the same thing.
But no, the game certainly does at this point, gets very, very, very philosophical at the end, which is not going to be to everyone's taste. Personally, I think it's a bit overdone.
Snake, you there? It's me.
Oh, hi, Archon.
I've finished going over that disc.
Did you find the Patriot's list?
Of course. It contains the personal data of 12 people.
Nice.
There was a name on it. Snake, it was one of our biggest contributors.
Really?
What's going on around here?
Shit.
I don't know.
Anyway, where are they?
Well, we were right about them being on Manhattan, but...
But what?
They're already dead. All 12 of them.
When did it happen?
Well, about 100 years ago.
What the hell?
Took the words out of my mouth. Now, personally speaking, I don't know anything beyond that. At all. Because the only other game I've played is Metal Gear Solid 3, which is way back into like the 60s and 70s, you know, into the past. So beyond that, that is all I know of the Metal Gear Solid series as such, story-wise. I don't know anything about what goes on Patriot-wise beyond this point. So for me, that's still a massive what the fuck moment. Anyways, there's our stats there. 14 hours, fair few continues, some saves. I saved 19 times, wow. Not the greatest score in the world, but I'm not worried. We are a mammoth. Woo! These mammoths are kind of cool, right? It's not great, but I'm not. I said I'm not worried. I knew it wasn't going to be a great result at the end. I've had some weird names though. I think the best one I had, like, was it like a Jaguar? I think in Metal Gear Solid 1 on the second run. I think it was. I forget. Ooh. And we've now got the schedule camera, which we can use in the tanker episode. And the plant episode, so we get that to start with, basically, rather than have to find it. We shall save the game. And we shall save it up top. Over aims. Ah. Nice. So, this is not the end of this Let's Play series. There is still a little bit more I want to do with this game. A few people have asked me about what else I have planned for this series. I'm sure over the past few videos, I've gotten some questions in regards to that. Also, nice and blue now. And as far as what I actually intend to do with this game, I have no intentions of actually replaying the game. Also, notice the background's changed as well here. Does left trigger do anything? No, not really. But yeah, I'm not going to be playing through the main game again. I have no real interest in doing that. However, something I'm very interested in exploring and trying out is the Snake Tales. Now, these are a set of basically like almost mini stories, and I think there's 6 of them. We'll load the data off of this. Yes, so I've already cleared through a couple of these because I was experimenting with them. But there we are. There's 5 of them, yes. So there are 5 Snake Tales, and what these basically are is effectively taking sections of the main game, condensing them, editing them, and playing Snake instead of Raiden. Now, this is not what Snake was doing during the main story. This is all totally fictional stuff. But it's all pretty cool as well, and it's a little bit of fun, and it's cool because they're like totally... They take how the general main story went, and they kind of twist it as and when needed to kind of give it different context and certain things. It's really cool stuff, and I'll be showing these off. We will be doing these before this LP is over, folks, because the 2 I've done, really, really cool. Anyways, that is going to be all for this one, so thank you all so much for watching. I hope you've enjoyed the main game. I really do hope you'll stick around for the Snake Tales, folks. They are a lot of fun, and any time we get to play as actual Solid Snake is always good with me. But that is all for now, so thank you much for watching. Have a good evening, and I hope your mind doesn't hurt too much from all of that mumbo-jumbly madness. Oh, God. Maybe Solidus should have won. Maybe his his outer heaven may have made a bit more sense and all of that. I guess we'll never know. Good night, everyone.